Okay guys, we're gonna talk about my favorite accessory. My Feisel CT342LV tripod is my favorite accessory. I've been asked a million times, besides your camera, what's your favorite piece of gear? And I even make gear. I make Hurley Pro gear, and this thing is just unbelievable. So if you're looking for a tripod, this would be the brand to get. Okay, so I want to talk about tripods for a couple of reasons, not particularly this one, but anyone. I want to give you some details on why I use a tripod and why I think it's important for headshot photography, and give you some tips on how to use a tripod. First off, if you do have a tripod or you're going to buy a tripod, make sure you have one that has a rotating center column. So you want the center column to rotate freely, because I keep this puppy loose, and I had a Gitzo. The Gitzo does not have the rotating center column, at least on the one I had, and I broke it. So it just couldn't handle my thunder. So I like keeping this loose so I can move it. It holds the camera, but I move it a little bit. This is an Arca Swiss PO ball head. I used to have the Arca Swiss with the knob in front. I use them, but I keep these loose too, so I can hold my camera at any position and it'll stay there. That's one of my moves. So let's put a camera. I'm gonna put my phase onto this bad boy. There we go. So now I can move it any way I want and I can stop it. There's a couple reasons that tripods to me are important. One is, all day long, if you want to hold one of these suckers, go ahead, be my guest. Not for me. So there it is. I'm relaxed. I actually have had some muscle issues from being in the same position every day all day long and stuff like that. So if your business really cranks and takes off and you are shooting every day, believe me, you want to be on a tripod. The other thing is that you see that I'm sitting my butt on a windowsill. I have light coming in behind me. When I shoot natural light, I like my light source behind me. So when I first started shooting, I sat on a windowsill and I would shoot people in front of me, and I was generally not on a tripod. And then I went digital and I had to be at ISO 200 because that was the highest that it would go. And I was like at a 60th of a second with natural light. It was just not enough light coming in the windows for me to go any higher than that. And what was happening is all my stuff was blurry. I was like, it's moving, it's blurry, it's not working. I was like, let me get a tripod. So I started off with a monopod that helped, and then I went to a tripod. And since then, I have not been off a tripod. So I really feel it's almost strange for me to shoot without one. So let's say most of you guys are shooting a DSLR, which is a lot lighter than one of these. You think you can hold it all day long and you don't need a tripod. There's a couple other reasons to have a tripod that I want to talk about. And most of it stems from direction, all right? So if I'm shooting and I want to direct my client with my hands, what am I going to do? Now I'm taking my hand off the trigger and I'm going this way to support my camera, or I'm supporting it from the grip and telling them what to do this way. So I like to use both hands. I use both my hands when I'm directing a lot, and I like to have it just sitting there. Sometimes you can see I have a trigger release on it, so I'm tricking my clients sometimes that I'm pressing the trigger release. It's more of sometimes I'm lazy and I just hit it, and sometimes I'm doing it because I don't want them to be aware of when I'm actually pressing the trigger. So I want to show you something. So when I am shooting, let's just say that we're just going to shoot somebody that's basically, I usually have this set up about like this. So let's say this is my subject or whatever is in front of me, and I'm down here shooting and I'm working it, and I'm talking to them like this the entire time. But I'm also going, okay, tilt this way, do this, do that. Sometimes I'll do this where I'm focusing with one hand and moving the camera and shooting over here. I have all sorts of tricks. You want to trick these people, and then you want to keep this right about so that it can move like that. I also keep this loose so I can move this way, but it's just really important for not only building rapport with your client, for your body. Like, I'm loose. I got my camera here. It's ready to shoot at a moment's notice. You know, I can fire off the shutter release, or I can actually hold the shutter release here focus here and hit it either way. Not that you need one of these. This is just a little thing that I like to have. I'd say it's a 50-50. If I've got it plugged in the studio, I might leave it there for a month. If I don't have it plugged in, I might not shoot with it for a month, you know, but then I would be like, oh wait, I gotta get my trigger released because I like it. But again, using the hands to direct is key. I'm constantly getting them to do stuff with their face through doing this and hand gestures. I can't do hand gestures if I'm holding the camera like this. How am I gonna do a hand gesture? I have to take it off. Now I have I can't shoot quickly because I'm over here. And if I do this, I could shoot, but I'm not quite sure about my framing or anything like that. I wanna make sure that, you know, this is pretty much stationary and it's much easier to do. So I want you, if you haven't shot with a tripod, I want you to try it. Give it a shot. Don't go out and purchase a tripod if you don't have one. Don't go nuts. Put it on your gear list of your wish list. Your gear wish list would be good. Make sure when you purchase a tripod for headshot photography, you have to make sure it goes higher than people's heads. So this sucker, let's see how high it goes. If you're shooting somebody that's 6'4", you want to make sure that this thing can go high enough. All right, we're way up there. Now, I shot a basketball player named Jalen Rose, and I had to get I maxed this sucker out on him, and then I think I had to have him spread his feet to go a little bit lower, and I was just where I needed it. So you want to make sure you don't have a low tripod. Make sure that sucker goes high. That's why I like this puppy. If you want to see the gear I use or whatever, go to the gear page on PH2 Pro and you can see this thing. What else? That's about it for tripods, guys. Very important, very important. Like, I do not go anywhere without my Feisels. I got two of them. I got a travel one, and I use that as my tether table as well. And then I got this one that I use. And this one is almost 3 years old, and it looks brand new. These people really know what they're doing. So I'm really happy with them. And believe me, I'm with this sucker every day. Every day. So try a tripod, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. The other thing I forgot to tell you guys, when you got a tripod that goes this high and you've got one of these, you can actually do a jumping headshot selfie. Watch this. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can pull this off. You ready? Oh, I pressed it. There we go. Let's try another one for good measure. I was late. Hold on, I'll do it early. I got it. Let's see. Oh, that's hilarious. Guys, if you like this video, you're absolutely gonna love what I have going on over at the Headshot Crew. It's an absolute smorgasbord of material just like this that I've been working on for the last 10 years. So click the link below, check it out, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I got stuff coming out just for you.